Hello, friend. Welcome to Out Like a Light, a queer-affirming sleep podcast made just for you in a world that doesn't always slow down enough to show you how loved you are. I'm John Scott, and I'm so honored to have you here tonight. This week's story holds a special place in my heart. It's about protection, the kind that's quiet and steady, the kind I wish I could offer each and every one of you as you drift off to sleep tonight. It's called The Mountain and the Giant, and it follows Jules, a soft-hearted soul who climbs a forgotten mountain and discovers a guardian presence that only the most tuned-in beings can see. The giant you'll meet tonight is real, just not in the way most people expect. All cats can see him, some dogs, definitely turtles, dragonflies, and lightning bugs, and maybe you too. Thank you for being part of this space. If this podcast brings you peace, I hope you'll share it with someone who might need that peace too. You can follow me on Instagram at out_like_a_light and find our episodes on Apple Podcasts and everywhere else you listen. If you're listening on YouTube tonight, please hit that subscribe button and give us a like. Now, let's get comfortable. You've earned this rest. You're safe here, and you're deeply loved. Coming up next, a meditation called Held by a Gentle Giant. Before we begin our story, let's tuck you in. Take a slow breath in through your nose and exhale gently through your mouth. Again, a little slower. Let this moment be a signal to your body. We are safe now. It's just you and me, and it's okay to let go. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose and exhale gently through your mouth. Now, in your mind's eye, picture someone, real or fictional, who makes you feel safe. Someone whose presence softens your breath, whose energy tells your nervous system, you can rest now, you're okay. Maybe it's a parent figure, a best friend, a kind teacher or mentor, someone who felt like home when you needed it most. It could be a character from a book, a show, a memory, and honestly, I don't even mind if you choose me. Hold that image gently in your heart. Let it settle behind your eyes like a soft glow. Now, let that glow expand. Let it grow until it becomes something larger. Not a person anymore, but a presence. That safety, that warmth, becomes a towering figure. A gentle giant, not made of flesh or stone, but of energy. Calm, radiant energy. This giant has no voice, no edges, no need for explanations. Just the deep, unwavering purpose of holding you. Holding you exactly as you are. They lift you into their arms with no effort and no urgency. And suddenly, you are weightless, protected, cradled in something older than fear. Their heartbeat is like a faraway drum, steady, slow, grounding. It reminds you that you are safe, that you've always deserved this kind of gentleness. There's no judgment here, no rush, no performance. You are enough. You are held. You are loved. Let yourself drift now. Let your muscles release. Let that giant carry what you've been holding alone for too long. If your thoughts wander, let them float by like feathers. You don't need to follow. You are still safe. Sink deeper into this warmth. Let yourself be still. Because right now, you don't need to be strong. You just need to rest. And now, let's begin our story. Jules didn't move fast through the world. They liked their tea warm, their socks mismatched, and their mornings quiet. They lived in a cottage at the edge of a very old mountain. Not the kind of mountain that made postcards or attracted hikers. This one was more of a presence. It sat still under the sky, wrapped in pines and fog, and the scent of damp earth. And it didn't mind being mostly forgotten. Jules liked that about it. They liked that the mountain didn't ask for much. They liked how, when the world was too loud, the mountain seemed to absorb the noise. Like a friend who listens without interrupting. It was July, and in the town below, people were celebrating Independence Day. There were parades, flags, barbecues, and fireworks lined up, waiting for dusk. But Jules wasn't interested in any of it. Instead, they packed a bag with a blanket, a jar of lavender lemonade, and a tin of sardines, mostly for the cat that always followed them. They left a note on the counter that said, "Gone to the quiet place, back when I'm ready." And then, with the cat padding behind and dragonflies darting like little sparks, they began the slow walk up the trail. They didn't hike far, just enough to rise above the noise of town. to feel the shift in air where birdsong takes over and the ground smells like moss. They reached a glade where the wild grasses bowed slightly inward, not trampled, not windblown, just gently bent, as if something unseen had once sat there and left the memory of its weight. Jules laid out the blanket, sat down, and pulled out the small tin of sardines for the cat, who blinked once, slow and knowing, then turned its gaze to the ridge. Jules followed the cat's line of sight, but saw nothing but trees and sky and a breeze gently curling through the leaves. Then something shifted, not in the air, in Jules. A soft hum inside their chest, like a tuning fork struck gently and left a ring. The hairs on their arms lifted, and just beyond the trees, not walking, more like appearing, stood the giant. It was not made of skin or bone. It shimmered like heat above pavement, but calmer, taller than the tallest pine, but not imposing. A shape made of hush and sky, and the memory of safety. Its outline wasn't fixed, sometimes clear, sometimes flickering, as though the mountain itself were dreaming it into being. Jules didn't speak, didn't run. They just stayed, and the giant noticed. Not with eyes, but with presence, like being seen by the moon. The cat stretched luxuriously and walked forward, brushing against the giant's shin as if greeting an old friend. A dragonfly hovered near its knee. From somewhere deeper in the woods, a turtle blinked slowly and turned its head toward the clearing. You see, only the tuned-in ones could see him. All cats, of course. Some dogs, definitely turtles, and the lightning bugs. They danced around his arms like they always knew he was there. The giant knelt, a motion that stirred the grass without bending it. And Jules felt it. Not hands, not touch, but holding. Their thoughts softened, their shoulders dropped, and inside their chest, something they hadn't realized they were clenching released. They didn't need to explain who they were, didn't need to justify their softness, their quietness, their choice to spend holidays on mountaintops instead of in crowds. The giant simply accepted, and in doing so, invited Jules to accept too. Not just the good bits, all of it. The loneliness, the ache, the beauty, the strange, brave wholeness of a queer heart learning how to rest. They sat like that for a long time, the giant not moving, Jules not speaking, the cat eventually curling up in a patch of sun, purring like thunder in miniature. When dusk painted the sky with streaks of lavender and gold, the town below lit up with fireworks. But here, in the quiet place, there were no booms. Only the light, only the feeling of being seen by something eternal. Eventually, the giant stood, a gesture so gentle it barely disturbed a single blade of grass. It looked at Jules once more, if looking is the right word, and then slowly shimmered out of sight, like fog retreating into itself, like a dream remembering it must end. Jules sat there long after dark. The cat leaned against their leg, and above them, a single lightning bug blinked in a steady rhythm, like a tiny heartbeat in the sky. They hadn't come looking for anything that day, but they'd been found. And in the days and weeks that followed, they began to notice little things. A turtle sunning itself on the porch like a sentinel. The neighbor's dog tilting its head as if listening to something just out of reach. A dragonfly landing on their shoulder and staying for 3 full breaths. The giant was still out there. Maybe not for everyone, but for those who knew how to see it, for those quiet enough to hear. And every summer after, Jules returned to the mountain, not to find the giant, but to let the giant find them. And it always did. Sleep well, my gentle friend. You are loved. You are perfect. And I'm so proud of you for being exactly who you were always meant to be.